whenever Argentina plays a major tournament match, social media completely explodes. It doesn't matter if it's the World Cup or the Copa América, the moment 50-50 call arises, it's almost always swings in favor of La Albiceleste, the nickname of Argentina. To rival fans and managers, it is no longer an accident or coincidence. It feels like a calculated pattern. But for everyone saying that every tournament now is rigged for Messi, it isn't a simple internet banter anymore. It has become one of the most heavily debated topics in football history. Critics argue that international tournaments are actively engineered to keep Argentina alive, protecting broadcasting revenue and securing the ultimate storybook endings. But where does the line fall between tactical luck and actual structural favoritism? To find out, we'll have to look past the official press releases and dive straight into the evidence. In this video, we're tracing the chronological blueprint of Argentina's most controversial moments, from the literal rule-breaking foundation laid by Diego Maradona in 1986 to the heavily criticized tournament brackets of 2024, and finally to the absolute officiating chaos that just took place in the 2026 World Cup against Egypt. We're breaking down the specific matches, unpunished cards, and tournament structures that have convinced the world that this system is fixed. To understand why the rest of the footballing world is so quick to believe that Argentina gets away with murder on the pitch, you have to look at the historical precedent. The narrative that Argentina can violate the rules on the world's biggest stage and escape unpunished was born in the 1986 World Cup quarterfinal against England. In the 51st minute, with the game locked at 0-0, an English clearance looped high into the penalty box. Diego Maradona chased it down alongside England's massive goalkeeper, Peter Shilton. Knowing he couldn't win the aerial duel fairly, Maradona raised his left hand and punched the ball directly into the net. Despite furious protests from the English squad, the referee allowed the goal to stand. Maradona later mockingly dubbed it the hand of God. While Argentina fans viewed it as ultimate street smart cleverness, it established a permanent psychological scar in international football. It proved that a blatant, illegal action could decide a World Cup match in Argentina's favor, cementing multi-generational suspicion that officials will look the other way when it matters most. Fast forward to the modern era, where accusations have shifted from a simple on-field blind spots to deliberate tournament engineering. The prime example used by critics took place during the 2024 Copa América in the United States. Rival fan bases and analysts pointed out a massive anomaly in how the entire tournament bracket was structurally organized. Usually, major tournaments are seeded so that the highest ranked teams are evenly distributed, meaning heavyweights don't have to kill each other until the absolute final rounds. Instead, the 2024 Copa América bracket was uniquely arranged so that almost every single major title contender, Brazil, Colombia, and the ferocious Uruguay squad, were crammed onto the exact same side of the bracket. This layout meant that while the tournament's three most dangerous, high-intensity teams were forced to physically destroy and eliminate one another in the brutal knockout matches, Argentina was handed a historically smooth, isolated path to the final. They faced Canada and Ecuador, completely avoiding a single South American giant until the final trophy match. For critics, this was an accidental draw. It was a deliberate structural decision designed to ensure television networks got Messi in primetime for the final, completely shielding Argentina from the tournament's true gauntlet. This structural cushion perfectly mirrors the on-field protection critics claim Argentina's stars receive. During their 2022 World Cup run in Qatar, Argentina shattered records by being awarded 5 penalties in a single tournament, 4 of them opening the scoring in the match's earliest minutes. But the favoritism extends far beyond soft penalty calls. It's about what their players are allowed to get away without receiving discipline. Let's look at the specific matches that caused the most anger. In the group stage match against Saudi Arabia and Poland, Argentina received highly debated penalties for minor shirt pulling and minimal contact in the air. In the semifinal against Croatia, a penalty was given when Julian Alvarez collided with the goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic. Croatian players said that Livakovic had simply stood his ground and that Alvarez ran into him, but the referee stood by the decision of Argentina. Then came the final against France, where Ousmane Dembélé made a slight contact with Di Maria from behind, which resulted in another instant penalty. Opposing managers, including Portugal's Pepe and Netherlands' Louis van Gaal, publicly stated after elimination that they felt the tournament was purposely designed for Argentina to win. For critics, 5 penalties in one tournament was simply too high of a number to be an accident, cementing the idea that VAR was actively looking for the reasons to give Argentina an advantage. This trend has repeated across their entire championship window. Midfielders like Rodrigo de Paul and Christian Romero routinely commit late, tactical floor tackles to stop counterattacks, actions that are universally yellow cards across global football, yet they're consistently let off. But while the moment an opposing defender lays a finger on an Argentina attacker, the whistle blows immediately. Critics argue that referees are under massive subconscious or conscious pressure to protect Argentina's stars from suspensions or injuries, ensuring they stay on the pitch to drive tournament revenue. All of these boiling frustrations completely exploded into the unprecedented controversy during the 2026 World Cup round of 16 match against Egypt. This match will go down as the ultimate evidence for anyone claiming the system is heavily weighed in Argentina's favor. But first, let's look at the opening match of that tournament campaign. In this 2026 World Cup against Algeria, Lionel Messi committed a blatant, highly aggressive foul completely away from the ball, a challenge that sports experts and analysts agreed that should have been an instant yellow, if not a red card for violent conduct. Instead, the referee acted as if nothing had happened, offering a simple verbal warning. But now, let's talk about the Egypt game. As Argentina got the third penalty this tournament, this is the team that's gotten the most penalties in a 12-game span, with 8 penalties, which is more than France, Brazil, Spain, Germany, and Portugal combined. In the match, Egypt had put the defending world champions on an absolute brink of elimination, carving them open on the counterattack to take a shocking lead. Early in the second half, Mustafa Zico broke loose and scored an impressive breakaway goal that would have put Egypt up 2-0, completely crushing the game. But then, VAR intervened. The video assistant went back nearly 30 seconds into the phase of play, all the way to the complete opposite end of the pitch, to find a minor shirt pull and minor foot contact by an Egyptian player on Lisandro Martinez. The goal was ruled off. People around the world were arguing that the foul was entirely too distant from finish and that Argentina had already enough time to defensively reset. They completely robbed Egypt of their 2-goal cushion, which could have eventually been 3 goals because later in the match Egypt scored their actual second goal. But then, to make matters worse, Egypt was denied their own 50-50 penalties appeals later in the match, which happened after a defender touched the ball and kicked Mohamed Salah's foot, allowing Argentina to complete a frantic late 3-2 comeback. Following the final whistle, the Egyptian camp did not hold back. Egypt's manager, Osam Hassan, publicly slammed the officiating, stating he was completely unconvinced by the way the match unfolded and refused to watch any further games in the tournament. Another Egyptian player also said that the game felt entirely engineered, stating that the tournament was clearly rigged for Argentina to win back-to-back titles. From Maradona's hand in 1986, to isolated brackets in 2024, to the absolute VAR intervention that rescued them from Egypt in 2026, Argentina's journey is permanently tied to controversy. Whether it is tactical luck, referee intimidation, or structural planning, the pattern is impossible to ignore. But I want to know your thoughts on this. Is the evidence against Egypt and the tournament structures proof that football organizers protect Argentina, or is it just a coincidence or a result of Argentina's playstyle? Let me know your thoughts and I'll see you next video.